From attempting to run over the police to pulling a gun on them, these people will make you think twice about getting drunk and losing control. In April 2022, police were called to a convenience store in Weston, Wisconsin, where a couple had found a girl. When the police arrived, Anna Koski was passed out in the backseat of her car. She was awake, but clearly high. While Anna got into the car, the officers talked to the people who had seen her. It seemed odd that strangers were trying to take her away, but the officers didn't let that stop them. Anna was having a hard time finding her ID when she stopped. She had a fail-safe plan to get her ID that the officer had never heard of. She then started screaming, swearing at the officer, and punching him. Up until that point, there was a chance she could go home, but that punch sealed her fate. Anna kicked and screamed at the top of her lungs as the officers struggled to get her into the patrol car. When they finally got her in, this wasn't the first time dealing with Anna's drunken antics. She had a history of getting violently drunk and fighting in 1996. But Anna wasn't done with her tantrums yet. She was hitting her head again. Anna was arrested and taken to jail after her blood alcohol level was found to be more than twice the legal limit. She was charged with underage drinking, battery on a police officer, and resisting arrest. Despite the efforts of jail worker Lorraine to calm her, Anna continued to yell and scream throughout the night. Her behavior tormented the other inmates and disrupted the peaceful atmosphere of the jail. A year later, Anna's life had spiraled downward. She was kicked out of her home by her mother and estranged from her partner. She found herself trapped in a cycle of addiction and despair. In a desperate attempt to justify her actions, Anna repeatedly claimed that she had done nothing wrong. However, her words were met with disbelief and pity from those who knew her. Meanwhile, Joshua Springer, a man known for his volatile behavior, was arrested by police after his wife called 911 to report that he was harassing her. She described him as a narcissist and an alcoholic who was making her life a living hell. When police found Joshua at a gas station, he refused to cooperate and had to be forcibly removed from his car. Once in handcuffs, his demeanor changed dramatically, and he became combative and belligerent. At the police station, Joshua's behavior took a disturbing turn. He became angry and confrontational, asking the officers what they had done to make him so angry. His words were laced with paranoia and suspicion. Joshua's erratic behavior raised concerns among the officers, and they soon discovered the reason for his sudden transformation. He was still high from a recent drug binge. This revelation shed light on his volatile behavior and provided context for his outbursts. The stories of Anna and Joshua serve as stark reminders of the devastating consequences of substance abuse. Their lives were marred by addiction, violence, and self-destruction. Their stories are a cautionary tale for anyone struggling with addiction or in a relationship with someone who is. A woman was scared because a man's thumb was stuck in the car door. The man was unresponsive and staring blankly ahead. The woman asked him what was wrong, but he didn't answer. She asked if they were going to jail or if they were going to stand there in Rice Lake. The man finally responded, saying that they were going to jail. He said that they were going to do a field sanity investigation on her for drinking. He told her to put him in the car and that they would just go to jail. The woman felt resentful and said that he wasn't setting the rules here. The man remained silent. As they drove to the jail, the man's story unfolded. He had been charged with disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and operating a vehicle while intoxicated. The charges were dropped when he died the next month. A mild case of drunk driving. On February 25, 2023, Ohio police received a call about a drunk driver at a parking lot. When they arrived, they found the driver fast asleep in his car with the engine on and his foot on the gas pedal. After knocking on the windows several times, the police finally managed to wake him up. They pulled him over and asked him how much he had had to drink that night. The driver did not answer. The police told him that they had knocked on his window several times when they approached him, but he hadn't responded. The driver was arrested for drunk driving. You'd be going through a lot more than you are now, sir. If you were in park, your car would have crossed the street into traffic 100% of the time. Once they had it in the patrol car, the officers began searching the car. That's when the drunk man's girlfriend, Kara, came out of the bar. Amidst the chaos, Kara's voice rang out, her anger palpable in the air. Despite the bar owner's attempts to calm her, she continued to berate the police, questioning their actions and demanding explanations. Unfazed by her outburst, the officer calmly outlined the consequences of her interference. However, Kara's defiance remained unshaken. She refused to cooperate, insisting on her rights and demanding transparency. The tension escalated as Kara's accusations grew louder and her behavior more erratic. The officer's patience began to wear thin, and the threat of arrest loomed in the air. Kara's resistance proved futile against the police's determination. As they secured her with handcuffs, she continued to spew accusations and threats, her voice echoing through the air. Despite her defiance, the evidence against her was undeniable. The police swiftly gathered the necessary proof, leaving Kara's claims of innocence echoing in the empty air. Throughout the journey to the jail, Kara's tirades continued, her voice a relentless stream of anger and frustration. Yet, her words failed to sway the officers, who remained focused on their duty. As they arrived at the jail, Kara's voice finally faded, swallowed by the imposing walls that stood before her. The echoes of her protests lingered, a testament to her unwavering defiance. "I really hope that your wife is cheating on you 1916. She was charged with disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and obstructing official business. I had these thoughts and prayers with her boyfriend, who deals with this every day." Then he passed out with his foot on the gas, but at least no one got hurt too badly. On May 3, 2021, a police officer in La Crosse was driving when he hit someone. Across an intersection, two teens on a joyride hit his car. "Well, we're out here running from the police right now," he said. "You're already here." The officer rushed to check on the driver of the other car right away. "Dude, you just blew the red man," he said. "No, I didn't see it. Are you okay?" he asked. "Yes, I'm fine." "Am I hurt?" he asked. "I just got some glass in there. I didn't know I was just." Attention to the right. "Are you hurting my car?" "You really did some damage to it." That person is 19-year-old Jacob Swatch. When the officer told the impaired teen to get out of the car, Swatch tried to run away but failed. Why don't you guys step out of the car, dude? Stop moving. Stop moving." Swatch told the officer the truth about why he was in such a hurry. "I was in my place. I was running to my place, and I had a bad feeling in my pants, to be honest." The patrol car wasn't okay. An officer at the scenes searched Jacob's car and found something that would explain why he didn't see the red light. There was a bee in the front, and I don't know what shocked the officers more, that Jason thought he would still drive his car or that he was going home. He couldn't drive it back to his place because it was 3 down 3 blocks away, and there was a pole on top of it. If he moved the pole, he wouldn't be able to drive, and drunk people never get hurt. When police asked him about the crash, Jacob couldn't remember a thing. After looking through the car again, the officer told the teen, "Probably 2 hours ago. How much do you feel?" "You look pretty high, but I'm not high and I don't feel high. There's a bong in the car, which I just bought from one place." But Jacob's slurred speech wasn't fooling anyone, so the officer decided to put him through sobriety tests. The tests hadn't even started yet when the teen fell over. "Okay, don't move your head yet, and chin down a bit." "Okay, just keep your eye on my finger." After failing the rest of the tests, Jacob was arrested and taken to the county jail. We probably won't go over that again, but this shouldn't take too long. He was charged with operating while impaired, causing injury, and having drug paraphernalia. Hopefully, he'll think twice before getting behind the wheel while very high. That's all for today's story.